Welcome to episode 17 of Pineleaf Plays the Lore Master. Before we begin, first let's have a look at what my Hobbit present for the day is. Some gloves. Not as good with the armor, but it gives me vitality along with the will. That's an even shake on which one to take. Obviously, it would have been better at level 10, since that would probably have beaten this item that I'm wearing right now quite considerably. But I think I can use the little extra vitality more than the little extra armor, so we'll take the switch. Now also, at level 17, oops, wrong one. Level 17, I would have gotten another trade point. Now I have three choices what I want here. Either a little extra critical chance, a start to get inner flame, which can be useful later on. But for now, I think I'm going to grab the eagle, just so we can see what that looks like. Now, the eagle is traditionally one that I do get as when I can. I remember back when you had to do the level 45 class quest in order to get the eagle, I would do that class quest as fast as possible, just so I get that bird.
Listen well.
There is one who could find these Kriban for us, if we were to ask him for such aid. However, he may not see our worries as his. He is known by many names by various peoples. Of old he was known as Oran to men, while the dwarves he is simply Forn. The elves call him Iarwain ben Aldor, oldest and fatherless. However, in these days he is known as Tom Bombadil by those few who are aware of him. Look for Tom Bombadil's house, you got the idea. And of course, he's too busy protecting Frodo and company to help us in this matter. So now we need to find Tom Bombadil. And Control J opens up your instance panel and allows you to join dungeon instances and skirmishes from anywhere in the world. Of course, I never remember to use Control J, which is why I have a button on my panel in order to open it up each time. And I'll probably find the button a lot faster than hitting Control J. Now, what does he have?
Stay and have some tea.
Collect eggs and onion and hard biscuits. I've got only one hard biscuit. And no eggs and onions. Now, if I really wanted to do that quest, I could probably go and send for it, get another character of mine to get the farming ingredients or do the cooking for it. That's one of those quests that only goes to... let me take care of the bulletin board. That's one of those quests that you can only get if you're of the right profession. Now, my third profession happens to be cook, even though I'm probably not going to use it all that much. Now let's worry about the bulletin board. I need a wet fur. So take that task quest and a wet skin. Now whether or not you do tasks is going to be up to your temperament. Some people never do them because they would rather have the money from the drops. Some do it for a little extra experience.
How can I be of service? Greetings.
I'm doing it for the ret. So therefore, I have a item called, let's see, daily task tracker or something like that is the name of the I guess I could say DTW, which brings up the panel. It's called Daily Tasks, and it has all the information I need in order to do my various tasks for each day. I can look that up in my Lua plugin manager, Daily Task 2.11.2, and essentially it keeps track of all your trophies. And therefore we know that I need wet. As a result of that, I know before I go to the task board which ones I need, and I could turn in at that point. Because I never take a task quest that
What can I do for you?
I can't finish immediately. Because the idea there is to... Alright, I want to keep that. The idea is to keep my quest log clean from those things, because if you go around taking up every single class task that you have, and you'll be filling up your board with them, and especially whenever you pick up an item. So to get around that, I only take a task if I know it's going to be done. Everything else I'll just sell. And now, nice clean inventory. So now let's... Wait a minute. Oh yes, there is one more quest I wanted to do. And just like you have the quest with the cook there, there's also one similar to it for a jeweler. And that is being given by
Will you
Verity
help me?
Tyne here. Are you a jeweler? Do you know one? I really need the services of a jeweler, for I have lost my wedding ring, and I need a replacement before my husband Barton gets back from the Forsaken Inn. I don't know where it's gone, but it must have slipped off my finger. If you could bring me a glittering copper ring to replace it, I'll pay you for the trouble. So I need a glittering copper ring. Now, of course, I could make a glittering copper ring, right? Let's see. Jewelry. Copper ring. No glittering copper ring. Well, actually, the situation there is that the... she's probably standing right next... You know, she's standing next to the expert jeweler, so I don't know why she's bugging me for this. And it's not asking the expert jeweler to make it for her. Anyway, glittering copper ring. I guess the idea is to tell us, yes, you can get you can buy recipes for some of the basic items here. There we go. So now I can make a glittering copper ring. Or what does she need for it? Only 4 ingots. Now I'll just make... What do they provide? Or is it better than my current ring? 8 plus 8 maximum power. Depends whether I want vitality or power more. Now I'm going to make a pair of these. No, I'm not going to use one for... Oh yes, I've already have that. No, I'm not going to use one for myself, but I am going to run into her husband later, and guess what? He's also lost his ring. So I might as well just have it on me when I need to do the quest. Brilliant copper ring. Okay, that is the danger that occasionally you crit. Alright, let's make another one. Since she wants a glittering copper ring, not a brilliant copper ring. Plus 19 maximum power. Oh, well, I'm gonna wear... I crit it again! Oh, that's the disadvantage of using the universal toolkit. You're gonna crit more often. 3 times in a row. Alright, finally a non-crit. Okay, I might as well wear both of these rings. It seems like fate asked me to get a pair of these brilliant copper rings, so I might as well wear them. And now, glittering copper ring.
You startled me.
She'll give me some copper and some spring barley. Oh, okay. Obviously, I want the copper instead of the flour. Now, I guess if I wanted to make those biscuits, then I could make enough of them with 4 of them. Perhaps I could. But I have the eggs I would need to also, so I might as well take the ore. So I could use that a bit more. Very well. That takes care of that. And the one that is locked is
How can I be of service?
still there. Therefore, I've taken care of that little problem. Just wanted to make sure I had that one out of the way before I went to see Tom. Actually, what level is this quest? Level 18. Actually, there is no need to see Tom at the moment. But what I will do is I will go to Adso. And he will give me a couple of quests there. And Adso's quest will get me up to level 18. Either way, it'll be going up into the same general direction. Since Adso is near one of the entrances to the Great Barrows, and the Great Barrows is one of the easiest ways in order to get to Tom Bombadil's house. Because it's a little bit more complicated finding it through the old forest, since it's easier to get lost there. But it's pretty much of a straight shot if you're going through the Great Barrows, through the Barrow Downs. Great Barrows is a dungeon within the southern Barrow Downs. And I certainly don't want to go through... Actually, where is my... There we go. That way, if there's any copper around, or actually any silver around, I really need some silver. And then maybe I'll have enough silver to start making some jewelry for that. Okay, I don't need the Tor Brie. I'll just worry about Adso's quests for now. And he's going to give me a few things that are right in this area. Meanwhile, speaking of barrows, barrow iron. That's barrow iron. Oh, that's silver. That way I don't have to deal with the bear. Now let me get my eagle out. Let's see, what do we got here? We got Beakrend. He gets all his stuff immediately. Fan the flames and sacrifice. Alright, so all those are immediately available. Alright, now let's worry about Adso. You know, I'm going to go after every bit of silver I can get. And even the occasional... Oh yeah, I need a name for this eagle. Let's see, bit of a reddish color. If ochre wasn't already taken, I probably would have chosen that. Anything else? What? I'll have to come up with something. Let's see. Rename the eagle to... Boy, I am really having a tough time coming up with a good name for this. For now, we will try something like... Okay, we'll use Ruby for now until I could come up with a better name.
Might I have a word with you?
Alright, defeat brigands at the old sweetgrass farm. Alright, I guess I can do that.
Stay and hear me
He wants
out.
boar heads. Alright, there are plenty of boars around here, so that should be easy enough to do. And that, no, let's go after the boars. Actually, I want to get knowledge of cures. I want to put that into a more logical location, since this is my thing that helps to get rid of, yeah, right, any of those effects off of them. Alright, more boars. Alright, let's see. Fan the flames. Yeah, I don't. Let's see. Fear replaced with attacks. Oh no, let's see. Alright, this causes them to flee. Alright, beak rend. Target is drained for 88 morale and gains 80. Okay, we'll put that on auto. That's the only. I can't remember whether you put sacrifice on it. This skill will cause the eagle to bring the master back from brink of death. Skill is only functions. I don't know what happens if you put that on auto, whether it will fire off at a bad time or will only go off if you happen to be in that state. Of course, if I'm in a state where I need to use it, then it probably doesn't. I'm not doing anything else at the moment. Alright, starting to get some of those things. Let's see. Oh, silver. Alright, as soon as I kill her, I'm going to go after that other silver node. Yeah, okay. Get the silver first, and worry about the pig. This little piggy went to market. Anyway, there'll be a number of these here. Some of them, of course, are using bows. Now, usually I don't go after the ones inside the fields. Usually I do the outskirts ones first. Then I might consider doing a few that are in the fields, but it looks like I'm doing it different order today. And the other thing I did is I forgot to take the other quest. Didn't I? Excuse me a moment. Now, the first thing you should do before you go and take a quest is, or before you leave and start killing things for a quest, is to actually make sure you've taken all the quests in the area first, so you don't go bouncing back and forth like I am doing now. Because I'm pretty sure someone there has another. Yes, he has the other quest.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
Yes, I knew there was another. Because what happens is, these supplies he wants are dropped by the same brigands that I'm killing right now. Alright. Only worry about if I find a pig or two, then I may kill them also, because sometimes they take a bit to kill them all. And as usual, some of them apparently have damaged heads as a result of me throwing all this fire at them. And he doesn't accept damaged heads. and that is barrow iron. So I have to kill more than 10 of them. I've had times where the drop rate was just abominable, but it seems to be at least decent today. Go. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Now, is this the last one, or are they going to give me trouble? That's the last one. I think that's the fewest pigs I had to kill for that quest. Perhaps they tweaked it when Helm's Deep was released. Alright. Now, we come back to Sweetgrass Mountain. This is the area where I usually start. I usually come up this way. Now, this is a little bit on the completed. Brigand Slayer Advanced. How useful is justice to a lore master? Well, it's my 4th one no matter what, so unless it's something that's such a laugh that it will distract me. In combat morale regeneration, maximum morale, non-combat morale regen. Won't hurt. Certainly not one that I would call completely useless, but I may find something more better later on as I complete more deeds. Alright, those are the coin purses. Alright, here's useful with being able to Alright, that's 10 brigands down. Alright, and this should be my last brigand, unless of course it looks like I need at least 2 more tools, so I need 1 more tools, which means 1 more brigand. And that's the last of that. So now I can go back to Adso. And see what he has for us. So this is 3 quests done. I don't think it'll be enough to get me up to 18 though, but he has more quests, of course. You didn't think there'd only be a couple of them. Alright. Hello there. Here are your heads.
Tell me what you need or move along.
Alright, thank you. Oh, do I want minor tailoring lore or minor cooking lore? Ostensibly, cooking lore is more useful, since I am technically a cook, though, let's face it, I'm unlikely to actually do anything with it.
Will you let me speak my piece?
Wolf pelts! Now, wolf pelts, that was done by going into the old forest.
Just a moment.
Very well, that's 1 set of brigands done.
Please stay a moment.
Now, all his series of quests all have to do with bill paying. So we had down payment, which was killing the first set. Now collecting goods, paying bills, is collecting stuff from a second set of brigands.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Thank killing another brigand, and this guy.
Hello there.
Look at it! You got them all back. I'm sure to see that these are given to the rightful owners. Good.
Will you give me
Now,
a
he
moment
wants me
of
to
your
kill
time,
tough
friend?
vines in the old forest. Nah, I'm not going to bother with that. Alright, tactical band, 56 critical rating. Ooh. Alright, let's try that.
What can I do for you today?
Decisions and decisions with rings. You pick up one ring, you put one on, and then you replace it immediately afterwards. Oh. Alright. Obviously, I should have been paying better attention when I sold all that stuff, because I sold the silver I had on me before today. Alright. That tells you the importance of locking your items as fast as possible so that you don't do that. Very well. Now, let's take care of these sets of payments, right? Now, this guy here, I didn't even double check his quest, but I'm pretty sure, actually it might be the bear quest. No, he has searching for fresh springs. And that's finding a spring with goldberry in the middle of the old forest, and I'm not in the mood to do that. So let's go and take care of these brigands. Alright. You want me to pick some, or I'll pick some more. Now, as for these goods, there's some boxes that have goods in them, but we also have some boxes some that are dropped by the various opponents we're going to be facing here. So I usually find myself killing a number of those. Now, yeah, I don't want to face 3 at once, so I suppose that with the slight OP I've got right now, and with an eagle myself, blinding flash, I should be able to handle 3. Just in case that needs to happen. In fact, it may happen. Oops. Back. I don't want to face those 3 all at once. Now, what I'm going to do is wait for them to head off, and once they do that, because there are 2 sets of 3 that are patrolling around. And they come around here, do their patrol, then they go out again. But here is Southern Attacker, and here is Dirk Hawthorne, who is the one I want. So what I'm going to do is I will mez the Southern Attacker as soon as everybody else leaves. Hello, you can go now. There isn't a lore master here waiting to kill your friends. I'm sure that patrol is more important. Alright, I think it's time. Well, that's the easiest that quest has ever been. Usually he's been known to give me quite a bit of trouble. Yeah, a little overpowered. Maybe I should go into the old forest. Either that or be a little bit less cautious. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. And cure myself all these stupid wounds. And get out of these caltrops. Especially since there's a D tied to using that. How many times do I gotta use that? 250 times! Whee! Alright, actually I still need to get some more goods. Oh, the wolf pelts will have to come in a different source. Eight. Obviously when I get around to doing skirmishes, I'm going to have to do them at a higher tier because I think I'm going to rip through them otherwise. And I'm getting pretty close to that level now. Maybe this will be the last one. Yep, that's 12 for 12. Skip that iron and head straight off. Ignore the boar. And let's see where that gets me. To a note of silver! That's where it gets me. Now let's get back. Adso here. Hello.
What do you need?
You did it! Look at all these onions, still green and fresh. I don't know, after all that time, I wonder why they're still green and fresh, but that's another matter.
Just a moment.
With Dirk Hawthorne gone, I wonder if we can give Fern Filney a bit of his own medicine. Yeah, right.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Look, friend, I have one more favor to ask of you, and it's a terrible thing, too, and it fills me with the shame to talk about. But you see, that Burn Fernie I had you pay off before? Well, he sent me a message telling me that his henchman, Brunner, will be after me. He went so far as to tell me that the knave is west and north at some place called Outlaw's Haven. It seems a big talk is backed by that fellow. Ah, alright. So in other words, he wants me to kill this guy. Oh no, he's just sending me after... No, that's... there's another quest in here somewhere. Ah yes, this guy. Now this guy will give me the one to kill the bears.
I do not ask much of you.
So you get boars when you go off facing the brigands, and then you go against bears when you go off for the next set of brigands. And now we need bear pelts. Now there's a nice area where there are a good number of bears that we'll get to. That's right near where this brigand keeps his lair. But if I take out a few along the way, it will not hurt. And maybe someday my eagle will actually have a chance to do something. I'm not gonna worry about that. You've seen me collect enough silver already today. I mean, enough barrel iron. It's silver that I need, especially since I sold half my lot already. Alright, now here we're coming up to the ruins where we have bearers protecting their silver. guys are a little bit tougher than the brigands were. I don't know why those brigands thought they're so tough if they go down in one hit. The bear takes at least two. More silver. And I need... Anyway, this is the nice area where we get good number of bears, and you can see that apparently all this fire I'm using sometimes ruins the pelts, so it's going to take me more than 10 to collect them all. This is Hillshire Ruins. This is another ruins area that I have to visit for the ruins deed. And I think the ruins deed gives you wisdom, which is a nice virtue for a lore master. Alright, 2 more. I think I got mommy too. Right. So that's all my bears. So let me get out of here and head straight on to Brunmore. Ooh, Light of the Rising Dawn just came up. New skill for this level, along with Bane Flare, which is a group daze. Alright. Now Bane Flare originally only affected the dead, but that's no longer the case. Oh yeah. And I never got around to putting Power of Knowledge into a good place either. Alright, let's take care of Boonmore. Now, he heals himself halfway through this battle. Well, that was unusual. He couldn't... Before he got off his heal, he died. Well, that's never happened before. Ah, lovely skill. Nice to finally get Light of the Rising Dawn. And now I'm out of here. And this will conclude episode 17, so I'll be back next time with Adso for episode 18 of Pineleaf Plays the Lore Master.